Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, this is the same day as the other video that you guys saw yesterday. I just changed my shirt for you guys. But so we are back with more of what I did wrong when I published my first book, Power, which is book one of the Five Sisters series. We are on manuscript right now. We've talked about all of the cover stuff. We talked about the cover, the title, blurb, and the genre. In yesterday's video, we started on the manuscript where I talked about how I only had one set of eyes on this book. I did not have beta readers and I did not have an editor. So let's move on to what else I did. And this is going to be just a one part. I'm not going to do two in this, but we will have, I believe, just one more video tomorrow. That should be it, and then we can move on to other things. Now, I just also want to make a quick disclaimer. I am not tearing this book down, you guys. I think that this is a good story if given the chance. I just think that it could have been better. And I also think that there are very obvious mistakes that I made when I first published, when I first started my publishing journey, my author career. And I want to just bring that to the attention of people out there who are probably just now discovering me, or who is probably trying to decide that they want to be a author. If just take my advice on the things that I did wrong, don't follow those. It's they're probably, it's not the best advice. It's not, they're not the best things to do. So I just want you guys to take my advice. But yeah, this is not a bad book. I just think that it could be better. So let's go on to the next thing that I did wrong as far as the manuscript goes. Um, I'm a little I'm a little ashamed to admit this to you guys right now. This right here is the first draft of this book. You heard me correctly. Yes, this is the first draft of this book. No, it was not updated accidentally. It was 100% updated as is. I wrote this book. I started writing it in June of 2014 when I got laid off of my job. I mentioned it. Um, I'm sorry, you guys. I have a bit of a migraine, so I might be stumbling over my words. As you guys can probably see, my eyes are a bit squinty. My head hurts. So I just want to apologize for the way I'm talking in this video. Okay, but let's take a second. I mentioned in a previous video that in May of 2014, I had graduated and received my bachelor's in creative writing. And then I made the decision that I was going to turn my television series idea about five sisters who had magical powers, who basically fought crime because the oldest sister is a police officer. I decided I was going to turn that television series into a book series. And I tried sitting down to write it while working a full time job. My hours were 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. So it was pretty much all day. And it was 5 days a week, one of the days being a Saturday. Uh, yes, so it was very difficult for me to try to find time to sit down and write with those hours. And I made a comment that I just wish that I had the time to sit down and finish my book. And believe it or not, guys, the very next day I went into work and they were laying people off, and I was one of the people that got laid off. So it's like universe, God heard me and was like, okay, you want to sit down and write and you don't want to work? Fine. So in June, I did not immediately start writing my book. I immediately went onto the offensive. I need a job because what? So I began applying for jobs to try to get some sort of income coming back in. And jobs that I was more than qualified for, I was not getting those jobs. And then I felt like I just had something yelling at me, you wanted time off to write. So I sat down and I started writing this book. And I want to say, um, I want to say that I probably wrote this book for 2 to 3 months, something along those lines. Um, because I do know the moment that I typed the end on this book, I got calls that I had like from jobs that I had applied for months before. So maybe more than that. I want to say around August. Yeah, around August is probably when I finished writing this book. And I didn't send it out to any beta readers, as we discussed in the previous video. I didn't send it out to an editor, as we discussed in the previous video. I sat down, I went through to edit it, and then I went through and proofread it. I had discovered CreateSpace. I uploaded it. You guys, if you want to know the struggles of the book cover, go back a couple videos and you will discover the trials and tribulations of getting a book cover for this. Sorry about all the ums. I just realized I'm saying and a lot, you guys. I apologize. So I went through all of the struggles of getting the cover and everything, so you can watch that video. But after that, came time to publish it. It was the end of September, the last day of September, and I hit publish. And it said it was going to take a couple days, but it didn't. It went up right away on October 1st. So I published the very first draft of this book. Yes. And honestly, I thought I was doing something so special, guys. I'm going to be honest. I am the type that as I'm writing, I do edit as I go. So I'm changing things as I go. I'm deleting entire chapters because I don't like the way that the chapters flow. And I did that would reveal that it's sitting behind me. Yeah, so I am the type to constantly go back and change things. So for me, I felt like first draft. Like I felt like I was a one and done. Like this was the story. There was nothing that needed to be changed about the story. Um, that was in 2014. We are now in October of 2025, and I can admit you guys that publishing the first draft, not having another set of eyes on it, not rereading it, not going through and redrafting the story off of the feedback that I might have gotten from beta readers, or even just taking time to like properly sit down and plot it. Even though I am a pantser, and I'm gonna admit I am a pantser. I enjoy just sitting down and writing whatever comes to my mind. I do, however, agree that plotting does help refine the story. So I didn't do anything. That book right there, you guys, is the very first draft that I wrote. One and done. One that's the only draft. So my cautionary tale, to not make this a long-winded story, a long-winded video. I know you guys are probably tired of looking at me like half my eyes half closed. I was actually going to try to get some writing done today, and it appears that I will not. But yeah, so my cautionary tale for you guys is don't just do one draft. Don't, even if you are the type to go back and forth between your story, your chapters, and your editing as you're writing. If you're a write edit type of person, that's fine. I don't think that there is anything wrong with it, but I definitely think that your story should go through at least a minimum of at least two drafts before you decide that you are on the final. I think that I went through with a different kind of love. I think a different kind of love went through three drafts. Um, yeah, three drafts on that one. But yeah, this book and several of my other ones only had one draft, you guys. So as a cautionary tale, please make sure that you get other eyes on your book, and that you at least try to redraft some stuff, because there is definitely 11 years later reading through this, because I had to read through. I listened to it. I listened to all three of the first books as I was working on book four, and I'm going to tell you right now, you guys, there is definite things that if I could tell Taquanda of 2014, hey, change that. Like there is definite things within the story that I would change. There's definite plot holes. that I missed because I just wrote one draft and then that was it. I wrote one draft and I put it out. Even with the fact that I deleted that draft after I finished it, when I rewrote it, it was pretty much the same thing that I rewrote. There wasn't any major changes done to this story. So, yep, that's my cautionary tale. This is one draft. This is the first draft of my book that I published. So, take it from me, you guys, go through it a couple times. You may have to redraft. It probably wouldn't even have to be the entire book redrafting, probably just certain chapters. But yeah, don't upload the first draft and just go with it, you guys. I consider that a mistake of mine. Is that this is the first draft of the book. It's almost feels like a rough draft of the book. It's a good story. It's a good story, you guys. I'm telling you, but it is rough because this is only the first draft of the story. So that's all I have for you guys today. I am not going to keep you guys for much longer. I'm not going to keep me for much longer because the headache is headaching today, you guys. So, if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Taquanda Taylor. I am the author of the urban fantasy series, The Five Sisters. And if you would like to follow along with my journey to becoming a full time writer, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, you guys. If you made it this far in the video, please give me a like and leave me a comment below. And I will see you guys in tomorrow for the last thing that I think that I did wrong when I published this book. And I have one of the older copies. This is a condensed version because I resized it. I don't think that that's a out. We'll talk in tomorrow's video, you guys. I'll see you then. Bye.